the latest interview with President Trump. He does discuss cryptocurrency. He has something to say that you must hear. I also have a fantastic Ralph Paul clip. Additionally, we will discuss some information from the IMF regarding tokenization, which is now taking place. We also have a ton of news regarding SWIFT, ISO, and Canada's blockchain transition. Guys, there is a lot in this video. Let's get started right here. Please hit like if you find any value in it. Come on, crypto is what I desire. Crypto is crucial, in my opinion, since China will do it if we don't. It's also brand new. It is quite well liked. It's really hot. If you look at the market, that remained far stronger than other market aspects even when the market went down. However, the reason I want cryptocurrency is because millions of people desired it. I'm not sure whether you are aware, but Biden pursued it aggressively. Then he completely altered his mind before the election. Everyone's attitude altered when he became the head of the SEC. Do you know why? Because they sought to win the votes of the hundreds of millions of participants in the cryptocurrency space. Listen, all of what Trump just stated is bang on the money, right? The Democrats attempted a last-minute shift after realizing how unpopular their anti-crypto stance was. It didn't work. In America, 50 million people possess cryptocurrency and wish to engage in this ecosystem in a secure manner. Therefore, we need the elected officials to take office, carry out their duties, enact laws, and allow this market to flourish. Guys, according to Raoul Paul, this seems like 2013. We are going to take a historic step in the right direction. You must be ready. You must be prepared. I understand you. We're far from any place, and we're not even close to our cycle top indicator. Actually, very low levels, similar to those we had prior to the biggest bull run ever in 2013. Now, I'm not promising that, but I'm simply stating that, from a probabilistic standpoint, things are looking very well. I don't see any cause for alarm. The tail band zone chart comes last. It's the same construct. It's not a mystery. The cycle of debt is being repeated. The debts are being rolled over. They are acting in a similar manner. Not every cycle is related to a Hing cycle. None of that has anything to do with it. The funding of debts and the liquidity cycle are what drive everything. We receive phase 1 of the banana zone for each phase. The first banana is the correction zone. The second banana is followed by the third banana, which is another correction. Thus, the banana zone is this. Thus, in 2020, that is what took place. Before I go any further, I want everyone to consider whether or not they have experienced a bull market. It happens in a flash. These tops, sometimes a project will have a top in a few days, and then begin to retract. Or it may have a top, and then retract again, eventually attempting to achieve the same height before having a double top and a dump. If you want to profit from these tops, you must be ready and keep an eye on the market while this is going on. We're off in 2021. I apologize. That was in 2017, and this one looks a lot like it. That was the final one. Now here we are. I can't get it any clearer. I've demonstrated the sentiment, technical, and macro evidence for you. I get the impression from everything that you should keep your headgear on. Don't do this. Keep your tokens under control. Avoid using leverage. Avoid having your wallet compromised. Simply sit with it. Take caution. Avoid FOMO. We'll go on to the next stage of corrections if you do everything correctly. That will be more difficult because the next time there is a 35% loss, everyone will exclaim, "Is it over?" And you will be certain that it is. But everyone on Twitter will tell you that it isn't. Our research indicates that, due to the lengthening of the business cycle caused by higher interest rates for an extended period of time, the forward-looking liquidity indicates that, with no guarantees, this entire situation is likely to continue into Q1 or possibly Q2 of 2026, which would coincide with Trump's efforts to win the midterm elections. Thus, everything is in order for us. I believe it has begun. Thus, maintain your trust. It is highly unpopular on both sides of the aisle. So if Trump wants to win the midterms, they will need to figure out their trade policy, tariffs, and other issues. People are aware that tariffs are essentially an extra tax that they must pay when they purchase these goods because they will be marked up there. Therefore, theoretically, All of the money that the government receives comes from either American firms that pay to import it or from us paying the companies more. They must therefore resolve this. I believe they are aware that this is a significant issue for all of us, and I really think that we are going to witness something amazing throughout the next year and a half. I can very clearly recall the market in 2022 because I was on vacation. I went on vacation. The market actually went into a naked market because I had not been on vacation in a long time, and I was in the middle of the ocean when Terra Luna occurred. We must therefore exercise caution when it comes to those black swan situations. Listen, the transition to tokenization is currently taking place. Let's listen, IMF. Additionally, you are creating a governance and procedure framework for banks to tokenize their assets on this network. They are aware that banks will want liquidity in order to transfer funds. That is a significant liquidity source. Okay, then, in May 2025, you see Brad Garlinghouse looking dapper in Fortune's magazine. The Blackstone of cryptos is Ripple. The Blockstone is Solid. Blockstone companies are changing the financial landscape of the world. Blockchain company. Alright. The SEC litigation conclusion ushers in a new era for Ripple. Put XRP in the National Crypto Reserve, Trump says. Although putting it in the reserve is wonderful, we still need to purchase it, don't we? For example, you could put anything into the reserve, but it wouldn't matter if you weren't purchasing it. It doesn't matter if you had freaking mimikins to it if you don't have them. The US is therefore obsessed with purchasing Bitcoin. In my opinion, that is a major oversight. I had the idea that America's primary goal was to help American businesses. Therefore, I find it incomprehensible that we would be spending $80 billion on Bitcoin while making no investments whatsoever in American blockchains and American businesses. In your opinion, does that sound accurate? Blackstone is a $1 trillion asset under management, in case you were unaware, as they are drawing comparisons between it and Ripple. Thus, they are equating Ripple with a financial organization that manages trillions in assets. Are you still dozing off on XRP? I'm not. I am aware that many of the viewers of this station are not. A few wise decisions made in the next years could provide generations of retirement for your family. So you must take these years very seriously. Bitcoin saw a 9% increase in value from $1 to $94,000. For $1,000,000%, you won't find these kinds of gains anywhere else. They're present. They are prepared to wait for you. I will see you later. I appreciate you being here.